Good day. This session is all about using Google Forms for managing online classes attendance. What we will be looking at is how to create a form, what are the settings we will adopt, and how we can share this form with the students for updating their attendances. And we will also look at how to copy the same form, because if we have classes repeatedly, we cannot be using the same form on the other day. So we should know how to copy this form. This will be the objectives of the session. Now, getting into the browser page, we will try searching for Google Forms. It shows me the link Google Forms here. So this is the icon which is symbolizes Google Forms, and I get into this link. It gets me to the home page where I see Google Docs, Sheets, Slides and Forms. What we are going to concentrate now is the Google Form. So I click on Google Forms. This is the home page of the Google Form. I have signed in with my own personal Gmail ID with a Google account. So you can also use your personal Gmail ID here. It gives me the templates and any other recent forms that I have used here. And here it shows me the blank option. So any new forms can be created by clicking this blank option. So I click on blank. It opens me a new form. So I see here untitled form, which is the title of the form. So by clicking here, I'll be able to give the title, something that you can edit and type here, whatever you want. So I have given the title as 23 June 2020 Marketing Management. I have specified date here because it will be easy for me to manage. So if on a particular day, 23rd June, if I want to know how many students have attended, I'll be able to easily pull records. Similarly, I can do this for any other class. So we will see further more details in the how to copy form section. And here we see the file is been still as untitled. If I'm going to click here, this is again you can edit, but if I'm going to click here, automatically whatever title you gave will come here. See. So whatever title of the form you gave, that will come up here. Next is the form description. If you want to give any description, you can give here. I have given it as update the following details for your attendance. And as we move on to the next step, question, we can start typing our question here. So the first question that I will be adding here is the name. So if you look at it, is without typing anything, by default it is showing us a multiple choice question with options, but as soon as I type name here, it is showing up as short answer. And make sure this question is going to be mandatory. He should compulsorily attend the question. So I'm going to keep this in the required. I have to switch it on. It will be in off position. I will switch it on. The next one, I'll give the roll number. When I give the roll number, it is again as a short answer, but since it is being specified as a number here, it will automatically open up response validation has been added. We don't want any validation to be done here, so I'll click on remove. So all this will go away. See here the required is in off position. Similarly, register number. Since it is number, it is showing up response validation. I will remove this response validation and I will change this required to on because I want the student roll number. So I have changed it to on. Similarly, for register number, I have switched it to on. Now, next, this is the add button. So whenever I want to add any new question, I'll press this, okay, this plus sign. So the next one is class with section. Obviously, that will be a multiple choice question. So I'm entering second year A section, B section, C section. If you are handling it for the third years, you can add it as third year A, third year B and third year C, so on. Make sure this is required as on. And again click on add question. I'm going to add write brief note on what you learned from this session. So here, since it is a brief note, it has turned it as a paragraph, but I don't want, and it is a long answer text, paragraph means. I don't want that paragraph here. I will change that as short answer. Okay, so I'm selecting short answer. So short answer is being selected here, and this required is also on here. See, we have to note here all changes are saved in Drive. There is nothing like that you have to save this particular file. Whatever you are making changes, that will get automatically updated in this particular Drive. Every second it will be updated. So there is no concept of save itself here. Okay, so once when we are done with this, we can go to the preview. This I point, whatever you see here is the preview. So I'll be able to see the preview of the form that I have created. See the title, the description, the name. See this asterisk sign you can look at, no, that is the required, means all these questions are mandatory. And I'll come back here and get into the settings. So this is the settings option. I click on this settings. On this particular setting, what is important for me right now is require sign in, limit to 1 response. I don't want the student to update this particular sheet again and again. I just want him to update only once. So with one mail ID, he will update only once. So I'm going to click this limit to 1 response. So once when I am done here, you can click on save. So I saw the preview of this form. I have completed the settings. The next aspect will be the how I'm going to send this particular form. So when I click on the send form, I can send it via email, or this is how I'm going to share the link. So if you want to send it through email, you can give the email address. Right now, for our online classes, we are not going to send it through email. We are just going to get the link and paste it in the Google Classroom. So if you want to give any description in the mail also, you can give here, probably if you are using email. So let me go to the share link option. So the link is available here. This is the link which will be forwarded to the students in the Google Classroom, through which they will be updating the attendance. But now this is really big, so you just wanted to make it short. So you click on this shorten URL. You see this is this big. Now when I click on shorten URL, now the link gets shortened. I can use the Control C option or right click copy, or from here you can copy and you can send the link, paste it anywhere wherever you want, or you can share it with anybody in WhatsApp or whichever tool you want to share. The next one is for website purposes, so we will right now ignore it. You can just come out of this. Coming to the home page, actually there are two tabs, questions and responses. What we were seeing all this time was the questions. Here we see something called as the responses. Since right now there is 0 responses because no one has responded on it. Here if you see, it is saying accepting responses, meaning anyone can enter inside the form, enter and they can update their data. But I don't want to do it now because this class is scheduled on 23rd June 2020 and I want the student to submit attendance only say in the morning between 9 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock. Say morning 9 o'clock I will go and make sure that is allowed. So what I will do is, for now I don't want any responses, so I will close this, meaning like when I close this, it will say not accepting respondents. So even though the link is available with the students, if he is going to try to enter into the form, he will get a message, this form is no longer accepting responses. Okay, or you can even sometimes customize and give a message. The class is only between 23rd June 2020 and the form is available between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can even customize and give that message here. So make sure this form is being closed state and you will open it only when you want the students to enter. For my case, it is on 23rd June 2020 between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Okay. Next, we will move on to the main sheet. See, we are able to see the recent form 23rd June 2020 marketing, which I have created. Once when we are done with this, now So the 23rd class for me, probably let me take it as completed. I will have another class which is coming up on 30th June. So should I be creating another form? No, not necessary. What I can do is I can copy this form. So how do I copy this form? Let me open this form again. Can we see the 3-point tab here? So if I'm going to click on that, I have an option called as make a copy. So I select on this make a copy. Once I select on this, a copy of the form is created. See, we can see it opens up a window. So the name is being displayed here. I'm going to edit the name. So my next class is on 30 June. So I'm going to make it as 30 June 2020 and click on OK. Now when I click on OK, so what happens here is, see, this file name, form of the file name is being changed as 30 June. But the title, if you can see, it is remaining the same. Okay. So I have to here change in the title of the form again, 30 June. Rest of this name, roll number, register number, it is all just a copy. So we don't have anything to touch on this. Fine. Okay. And you have to make sure that the settings is also limited to one response. Make sure you do the settings again. Now I have changed the title here. So now again I'm making sure this responses I'm closing because this class is only on 30 June and I want to enable this responses only between 9 to 5 on 30th June. So I'm closing it. So coming back to the home page, now we see 30th June is being created. So how many ever classes that you are going to happen, you can just create a copy of the form, just changing the file name alone and the title of the form alone, you can go ahead. So this is how most simply we can handle to collect attendance. How to download these responses, we will be looking at it in another session. I hope it answered many of your queries and helped you to do whatever you were doing already. Thank you.